The metallic silver gleamed under the dealership's fluorescent lights like liquid mercury. I ran my hand along the hood of the BMW M5, feeling the cool smoothness beneath my fingertips. 3 years of saving, 3 years of work. You sure about this one, Sean? Marcos the salesman asked with a grin. This baby's got some serious horsepower. I nodded, unable to suppress my smile. I'm sure. The paperwork took forever, but eventually I was sliding behind the wheel of my dream car. The leather seats hugged me perfectly, and when I turned the key, the engine purred with restrained power. This was it. This was my reward for climbing out of the projects, for getting my computer science degree, for landing that software engineering job downtown. The first time it happened, I thought it was just bad luck. I was driving through Riverside Heights, one of those pristine neighborhoods where every lawn looked like it belonged in a magazine and every house cost more than most people made in 5 years. I wasn't speeding. I never speed. My mother drilled that into me from the time I was old enough to understand what police meant in our world. The blue lights appeared in my rearview mirror like malevolent stars. Officer Williams, his nameplate called the afternoon sun, approached my window with the particular swagger I'd seen before. Not aggressive, exactly, but purposeful. Deliberate. License and registration, he said, barely glancing at my face. May I ask why you stopped me, officer? Routine check. His eyes swept over the interior of my car, lingering on the premium sound system, the leather trim. This your vehicle? The question hit me like a physical blow. Yes, sir, I bought it yesterday. Yesterday? His eyebrows rose. Mind if I see the purchase documents? I fumbled through my glove compartment, my hand steadier than my voice. The papers rustled as I handed them over, along with my license and registration. He studied them for what felt like hours, but was probably only minutes. All right, Mr. Thompson, drive safely. No explanation, no ticket, no real reason I could point to, except for the obvious one I didn't want to acknowledge. The second time happened 3 weeks later. Same neighborhood, different street. This time it was Officer Martinez, and this time he asked me to step out of the vehicle. I'm going to need to search the car, he said. Do you have probable cause? His hand moved closer to his belt. I can call for backup if you'd prefer. I stepped out. I put my hands where he could see them. I watched him go through my car like he was looking for contraband instead of finding nothing but gym clothes and coffee cups. When he was done, when he'd humiliated me in front of the joggers and dog walkers who'd stopped to stare, he let me go. Have a good day, sir. Say, like, that made it better. By the 5th time, I knew this wasn't coincidence. By the 8th time, I was angry. By the 10th time, when they stopped me while I was parked outside a coffee shop, waiting for my friend David to finish his interview at the law firm across the street, I was done. Step out of the vehicle, please. This was Officer Johnson, new to me but not new to the routine. I stayed in my seat. Am I under arrest? Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. I'm legally parked. I'm not blocking traffic. I'm not disturbing anyone. What law am I breaking? His partner approached from the passenger side. Officer Stone, according to his badge. They flanked my car like I was some kind of threat. Like my BMW was a weapon and my black skin was probable cause. You are making this difficult, Johnson said. I'm asking for my rights. That's when I saw David emerging from the building across the street, my Harvard-educated three-piece suit-wearing white friend who'd grown up in a neighborhood just like this one. I watched his face change as he realized what was happening. Watch him pull out his phone. John? David called out, crossing the street. Is everything okay here? The transformation was immediate. Johnson's posture shifted, became less aggressive. Stone actually took a step back. No problem here, Johnson said. Just a routine check. Routine check for what? David's voice carried the authority of someone who'd never been afraid of police, who'd never had to teach his children to keep their hands visible and their voices calm. The officers exchanged glances. Without another word, they returned to their patrol car and drove away. David stared after them, then at me. Jesus, Sean, how often does this happen? Often enough. That night I ordered a dashcam. Then I ordered two more. One for the rear window, one for the side. If this was going to keep happening, I was going to document every second of it. The next stop came 2 days later. This time I was ready. License and registration, Officer Williams again, like we were old friends now. Certainly, officer. May I ask the reason for the stop? Routine check. What specifically are you checking? The camera caught everything. His hesitation, the way he looked around as if searching for a reason, the moment he realized he didn't have one. Just making sure everything's in order. And is everything in order? Another pause, longer this time. Drive safely, Mr. Thompson. I collected 12 stops over the next 2 months. 12 separate incidents, all in affluent neighborhoods, all routine checks. The cameras captured every moment, every awkward silence when they couldn't explain why they'd pulled me over, every search they conducted without cause. But the most revealing footage came from stop number 13. I was driving through Riverside Heights again. I'd started going there deliberately now, testing my theory. When the familiar blue lights appeared. This time it was a new officer, Officer Davis, young, maybe fresh out of the academy. Do you know why I stopped you? He asked. No, sir, He paused, and I could see something in his face. Uncertainty, maybe, or conscience. My supervisor, he said to keep an eye on this area. Said there'd been some break-ins. And to check anyone who looked suspicious. Suspicious how? Another pause. Longer. You know what? You're right. This is wrong. I'm sorry. He handed back my license without running it, without calling it in, without the usual routine. As he walked back to his car, I heard him talking to someone on his radio. Unit 47 to dispatch. False alarm on that stop. No action needed. The lion crackled back. Copy that, 47. Keep up the good work out there. Keep up the good work. The words echoed in my head long after Officer Davis drove away. That night I organized all the footage. 12 stops, plus the partial filters, hours of video showing the same pattern, the same neighborhood, the same lack of legitimate cause. I burned everything to multiple DVDs, uploaded it to secure cloud storage and made copies. Then I called Channel 7 News. "This is serious stuff," said Jennifer Martinez, the investigative reporter who agreed to meet with me. We sat in a coffee shop downtown, my territory, away from Riverside Heights and its routine checks. "You realize what you are alleging here?" "I am not alleging anything. I am showing you what happened." She watched the footage on my laptop, her expression growing more grim with each stop. When Officer Davis's confession played, she sat back in her chair. "This is going to cause a shitstorm," she said finally. Good. The story aired on a Thursday night. Driving While Black, one man's journey through racial profiling, ran for 8 minutes during the prime time slot. The footage spoke for itself. 12 stops, no tickets, no arrests, no legitimate cause. Just black men in an expensive car, driving through the wrong neighborhoods. My phone started ringing before the story finished, airing reporters from other stations, lawyers offering their services, civil rights organizations wanting to help, but also other calls. Anonymous voices telling me I was a troublemaker, that I should be grateful the police were keeping my kind out of decent neighborhoods. The police department issued a statement the next day. "We are aware of the allegations made in last night's news report. We take all claims of misconduct seriously and will be conducting a thorough internal investigation." Internal investigation. The words tasted bitter in my mouth, but something else happened too. Other people started coming forward. Marcus Williams, a doctor who'd been stopped 6 times in the past year. Angela Brooks, a lawyer who'd been asked to step out of her Lexus while dropping her daughter off at ballet class. James Chen, an architect who'd been handcuffed during a routine check until his white wife arrived and suddenly the situation was resolved. The pattern was bigger than just me, bigger than just Riverside Heights. It was systematic, endemic, woven into the fabric of how policing worked in our city. 3 months later, I sat in a federal courthouse as part of a class action lawsuit against the city and police department. The evidence was overwhelming. Hundreds of stops, disproportionately targeting minorities in affluent neighborhoods with no legitimate basis. The city settled for $2,300,000, 0 cents, distributed among 47 plaintiffs. I received $180,000, 0 cents, enough to pay off my student loans and put a down payment on a house. Ironically, I could now afford to live in one of those neighborhoods where I'd been stopped so many times. But the money wasn't the real victory. The real victory was the consent decree requiring police body cameras, bias training, and civilian oversight of traffic stops. The real victory was Officer Williams, Martinez, Johnson, and Stone being reassigned to desk duty pending retraining. The real victory was Officer Davis, who'd spoken out during the investigation and was now working with the Civil Rights Division to reform police practices. The real victory was driving through Riverside Heights last Tuesday with my dashcam still recording and not seeing any blue lights in my mirror. I still drive carefully, I still keep my hands visible and my voice calm. Old habits, ingrained by necessity, don't die easily. But now, I also drive with the knowledge that sometimes, just sometimes, pointing a camera at injustice can force it to blink first. My BMW still gleams silver in the sunlight. But now it's more than just a symbol of my success. It's a reminder that success isn't just about what you achieve for yourself. Sometimes it's about making sure the road is a little smoother for whoever comes after you. The blue lights still exist, but now, at least, they have to think twice before they turn them on.